everybody, welcome to a new video. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this pumpkin, and I incorporated the resin leaves I made in my previous video. Make sure you stick around to the end because I'll show you some variations. So if you want to see how I made this, just stay tuned and I'll show you how. Alright, so let's get started. So if you saw my previous video, I made these handmade resin leaves. I want to incorporate those into my pumpkin. I'll show you how to do that. For my pumpkin, I grabbed a pre-night. I thought that would look pretty cool, and these colored leaves would look nice with it, in my opinion. Wire today, I'm going to use 22 gauge square, and half round I'm using 20 gauge. My pre-night cabochon, which is from Maya Crystal's store on Facebook. It is pretty thin, so I don't want my square wire to be too thick. I'm just going to pull them out, and 8 inches should be enough. 8 to 10 inches should be plenty for swirls. And I'm going to use 4 pieces. I just like to get my square wires all lined up together. I'm not going to tape them today. The way I'm going to use the half round wire, I'm kind of doing like a weaving pattern. So we're going to need some space in between these wires here. 12 inches should be good. All right, we're going to try to find our center here. Yeah, which is roughly around here. What we're going to do is we're going to start off wrapping 2 wires. So we'll get that started. Can be tricky wrapping just 2 wires. They get all bendy. Just working on getting them nice and snug. Cut the one end off. Getting these nice and snug and straight. So if you're crooked, grab opposite corners, give a little squeeze. That helps. Let's add another square wire. I got 3 wraps on. I'm going to add my last square wire. And I think I'll just wrap twice around. That should be plenty. Bring that up. Then you're gonna go back to wrapping just 3 of your wires. Bring your top wire up, and then you're going to go back to wrapping 2 wires. One. 5. All right, snip your end off, press it down. So these guys are going to come up in front of the stone. You can center these wraps around the bottom of your stone. Shape these back 2 wires. So I got my Sharpie marks where these 2 wires intersect at the top of the stone. I'm going to give them just a gentle curve. I don't want sharp angles yet. Okay, that's good. So the very back wire we need to bend inward so it supports our stone. I'm going to take my flat nose pliers, bring the edges right up against my bindings there, and turn them inward. Same on this side of the bindings. Grab the wire, turn it inward. Okay, so that's why I put the soft curve in it, because it's going to change where that angle goes. So okay, get everybody lined back up again. At this point, you can use tape if you want these wires to stay in line. Alrighty, so let's put our stone in. And let's shape these wires coming up the front. You want them to curve. You don't want sharp angles in them, so kind of gently curve them. And they're going to end up crossing. Make sure they stay even. Work on these guys. Just kind of have to play with it. And where they meet the center, you're going to turn them up. Once you got everything lined up, I'm going to leave my thumb across to stabilize those wires so they don't get misshapen. Okay, fabulous. Take my tape off. Let's get all these square wires lined up. Our front two wires, let's line these up. The second wires, those lined up. Your third wires and your back wires. Now you gotta go through and line them up front to back as well. They're gonna want to cross, but do the best you can. It's not super crucial because we're gonna have a lot of swirls and my leaf components. Grab your leftover half round. I'm gonna put a hook on the end of it. Grab your wire bundles. Go through the back. You can always trim it if it's coming out the front. Smoosh it down a little bit. Tighten that up. It's coming out the front. You can give a tug on it. Wind it around a couple times. Maybe 3 times. Give that wire poking out the front a little tug. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out which one's my bail. Not the very last wires, but the second to last wires. So you need to find them. These are my front wires, my second wires. Those are my back wires. And here are my third wires. I'm going to use them as my bail, so I'm going to keep on wrapping. Bring all these wires down so I can access these bail wires. And just wind them up. That's about 1 inch, that's enough. Snip my half round. Grab my bail makers. And I'm gonna spread these out. I'm gonna bring these through the center. Bring them out nice and snug and bring them right to the back. This half round wire coming out the front, I'm gonna go ahead and snip that. I'm gonna tighten up these bail wires. I'm gonna go to the back. I'm gonna snip them short. Turn them in and lock them down. Okay, I'm gonna need to secure the back a little better. So I'm gonna come up here and do the same up here that we did down below and turn in these wires in the back. That makes everything nice and secure. Now all we have left is our fun swirlies. Okay, so the swirly parts are just up to you, what you want to do with them. So these middle wires I want to twist. And I'm going to use my pin vise for that. You don't need a pin vise, but it kind of makes it fun and easy. You can just grab it with your pliers if you would like and twist them. Let's see what we can do here. I want to disguise the bail. Bring these guys over here to the side. Maybe swirl these guys up and around. Okay, bring this down and around. Kind of curve gently. Curve that guy back. Grab your round nose pliers. Smush the end a little bit. Start swirling. Snip that guy there. Swirl this guy the other way. I'm working with some really fine gauge square wire, so we're going to have to secure these swirls really good. They can be bent out of shape really easy. These out of the way. Let's work on these two. I cut it at an angle. Swirl up. Swirl down. Okay, and these I think I want to make coils. My coiling gizmo. Let's make this one a little wider at the beginning. That looks pretty cool. Bring this one to the back. Just gotta sneak it under that back wire. Might sneak this one in the back as well. I really don't want to use the side wire here as an anchor. Got a little bit of half round left. We gotta tack down these swirls. Should curve it. There we go. Go around both the wires a couple times. And then frame wire a couple times. I'll do the frame wire on both ends a couple times. Just gonna mess with these swirls a little bit. I don't like them too much. I don't like those, you know. I'm gonna bring them to the back and do something with them. I gotta cut them off and tie them down because I don't like them. You can do whatever you want with your extra wires. Okay, where are these leaves I wanted to use? These leaves have 2 wires. You can stick them anywhere. Just gonna poke them through anywhere I can find a space. There we go. Twist them together again. And then I just need to hide the end of the wire here. Okay. find some space. Right there. Push you through there. Put them both through the bale again. I'm going to twist them up. I'm pretty much done. Just gonna tighten things up a bit. I'm shaping things a little bit, tightening things down. Okay, not too shabby. Let me go oxidize and see what we get. All right, so here we are oxidized. I think it turned out really cool. I really like my resin leaves as well. Really unique look. I also made this other one just to show you some variation. This one I twisted some wire going up the bale and down the back and attached it to the back wire. I added copper beads to one of the wires, twisted it up, attached it to the back wire. Another loop-de-loop. I attached a lot to the back wire, a loop and a swirl, and attached it to the front, just to show you the many variations you can do. I also grabbed this one. If you don't want to use resin, but you want to make your own leaves, this is an option as well. I'll link that above. And welcome to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments so I can personally thank you. One of the biggest ways you can support my channel is watching my videos all the way through. That'll show YouTube that there's interest in my videos and they will start showing them to new viewers. So if you like this tutorial, give me a thumbs up. Have a great week and I'll see you in the next video.